Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso, and this morning it's all been about trends, what works, what doesn't work, and we want to continue that with a more, I'm going to say like a mechanical, technical look at trends. So digital marketing expert from Digital Fox, Heintz, is here to dissect the realm of advertising triumphs and fiascos. We look at impactful tactics to get your campaign to resonate with your desired audience, and we'll be unraveling the truth behind underrated tactics in the ever-evolving landscape of marketing. So if you've got a small business and you're looking to get out there, hopefully what we'll give you is some opportunities to take some notes and better your biz. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. It's great to have you.
Thank you for being here, because we love this place. There is so much happening right now.
Yeah.
And what I love about marketing, we seem to have transitioned into this real-time space now where you've almost got to be tracking what's happening right now. Not yesterday, not a month ago, not what's going to happen. You've got to be in it.
Yeah.
There is so much risk when you're plugging all the resources that you do generally into the bigger marketing campaigns, and you hope you're looking for the algorithm, the formula to make it successful. It doesn't always work out. In your mind, is there a playbook for what works and what doesn't? Because you obviously have to dissect this. Are you able to very quickly see in a campaign that's not going to work, this is going to work, or are there other factors in play? Break it down for us.
Well, if it was that easy, there would only be successful marketing campaigns.
Yes. Aha.
What often looks so straightforward in a boardroom, a lot of clever people on the table, isn't quite the same in real life. We all have seen campaigns firing back, huge backlash, campaigns being taken out of context. And a simple way to see if something's working or not is, for example, having a survey or presenting a campaign to a small focus group and having almost like a qualitative analysis, asking 5 people first before presenting a campaign to millions.
In a safe place, yeah.
Exactly.
So do you think that some of the flops of the world are people who do not look at the focus group and their market and say, hold on, Graham's campaign worked when he did that. We should blueprint that, apply it to ours.
It must work.
And maybe the product that we have is different from Graham's, but we think that that strategy would work for our product. We're not thinking about context. Do you think that's how flops happen, where they just look at the trendy viral campaign and try and emulate it with their own product?
That's correct. Some campaigns are just missing that creativity, they're missing the spark.
The genius,
and they're missing novelty. So anything that you have to bring out these days has to be new.
Yeah.
It's almost like I've never seen before, and that's quite tricky. So you have to be really, really original.
There are so many different conduits now to play this out, and marketing almost seems to have inverted in the sense that individuals are so powerful now, and hence the rise in kind of very much focused marketing through sort of individuals within that social media space, things like that. That's great. But there are some tools out there that can help you that I think are underrated. And I think we often don't look at the creative essence because we're just ticking the boxes. But what are some of those tools that you've come across, those things that bring the X factor, those underrated tools in marketing that you always have in your little playbook, whether you're going to be open about it or not? There's things that you lean on. What are some of those go-tos for you?
I think one of them is emotive storytelling. So you really capture users' attention in the first seconds and you just really, really keep them engaged.
It's an emotion. Yeah, it's an emotion, yeah.
And also what really works is to share useful information. Be educational, share lists, share things that you would want to share with your best friend. And so that makes marketing helpful and useful beyond just wanting to sell something.
Oh, it's authentic because you're doing what you say you're doing. You're putting a product out there to help people, but then you're actually helping them, which might seem like a disconnect in marketing and advertising.
This is great, it really is. So you've given us some great mechanical tools here to be successful in marketing, but in the next couple of minutes, I feel like we need to look at the examples and get a more practical analysis. So Sarah, I don't want you to go anywhere. We'd love to unpack that with you in the next few on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But of course, we did a marketing campaign for Noor Abrams. Remember that? Yeah, it was good.
We were spared no expense.
No.
And we got the product that we were offered. In fact, it's right here. We're going to pass it on to you.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
We're talking about marketing. Welcome back as we reconnect with a digital marketing expert from Digital Fox, Sarah Heintz. We are so glad we have stolen from Germany and made our own here in South Africa. We love it. We have for the accent. That might go viral today in itself, but thank you so much for sticking around. We've been looking at the factors that make campaigns work or possibly falter, and we're going to take some real-time examples now with some great campaigns.
Absolutely. So, Sarah, we're going to take a look at these for good reason. I'd love for you to just add where you think they went, you know, sort of in the right direction, and even where they went wrong. So the first one is, I'm not sure if you remember, that whole dumb ways to die. That was our first one, okay? Let's take a look at it first and tell me what you think.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Get your toast out with a fork. Do your own electrical work. Teach yourself how to fly. Eat a 2-week-old.
So I was asking about Garbage Pail Kids earlier, and if anyone knew about them, clearly that particular animator artist grew up with Garbage Pail Kids as well.
All right, so for that, it is educational. It is trying to tell an audience to avoid certain things in order to preserve their life. And it's doing it in a very, very, I mean, comedic way, and even, you know, a bit of scare tactics. What's your analysis on Dumb Ways to Die?
So this campaign is done exceptionally well, but you have to watch to the end because otherwise you don't know from who the campaign is.
Yes.
It's actually from the Australian metro rails, and I wouldn't have known because you have to watch the whole 3.5 minutes, which is really, really long these days.
Okay.
It is. Okay, so that could be a possible failure because a lot of people will love it, they'll laugh on it, they'll think it's comedic content, but not necessarily attach it to a brand. It begs the question, though, why we are so stupid that we have to be told this is how you could potentially die. Please don't jump in front of the train, which is terrifying in its own right. But there was a lot working for it. It was cute. It was really well executed. And it was funny. And maybe we're used to that. But how often do people want to be funny and think that there is a formula to it? Is that a great writer, great director, great animator? Where does the X factor come from in a campaign like that?
I think when it comes to humor, you really have to know your audience, and you have to listen and watch very closely in order for you to find what's funny.
Because it's nuanced, hey?
Yeah.
It really is nuanced.
And there's a fine line as well between funny and offense. And
I think they crossed that line, but it was still funny.
Well, when the little thing's head popped off, when it's, that's crazy.
I'm not laughing, but...
Another example, Ice Bucket Challenge. Now, we know that this is to support, I believe it is ALS, and to ensure that the funds and awareness is there. Let's take a look at this one.
And after I dump this bucket of ice on my head, I get to nominate 3 new people to challenge. So I'm going to challenge Bill Gates, my partner at Facebook, Sheryl Sandberg, and Netflix's founder and CEO.
I mean, if you're going to start with Bill Gates...
it's quite strong.
Yeah, you're coming out of the gates pretty hard, but we did it. There are very few people I know within our industry who didn't do it. Success, and why?
100%. There's nothing better than creating a global movement for a good cause. And it shows that more than $100 million have been raised for the cause, which is amazing.
Wow.
And also you're encouraging people to participate.
Yes.
And it's all about creating that sense of community, and it's a fairly safe challenge, so nothing wrong with the ice.
And you hero, everyone who's doing it gets to be that hero without going out there and saving the world. You're just pouring ice water over your head, but you get to feel like and be represented within the social media space like you're a lot more than you are just by doing that one. That's action to me. That's got to be at the heart of every marketing campaign is action, getting people to act on that. I love it.
Quick devil's advocate over here. I do think that people should have reminded people doing the challenge that it's not just about the virality of the challenge, but also it was for a cause.
Yes.
I think you have to, because it's like, hey, let's do this thing. I saw it on the internet, but it has to have the cause attached to it, which is vitally important as well. But let's move on to our last one, because this is, I mean, I think that, Graham, you and I are big fans of this guy, Ryan Reynolds and Wrexham. Let's take a look at this.
As the owner of Wrexham Football Club, I need to watch out for our players. I've been a star for a long time. These guys have no idea what's coming.
It's cold.
Look, we got a big match coming up, and I know what you're worried about. Cybersecurity. How many of you have heard of 1Password? Really? Okay, well, how many of you have downloaded 1Password?
Don't say anything negative ever about Ryan Reynolds, please. Okay? No, is it easy when you're worth a few billion and you're famous and you're funny and you can pretty much do anything yourself? How much of the marketing brilliance of Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds, and how much of that is this brilliant marketing company and empire that he's built underneath him? Is it possible for one brand to be able to do everything that he's doing?
I think so.
Well, he's doing it, eh?
Well, it's an element of surprise. So when he walks in, you don't expect him to talk about cybersecurity. I mean, it's a well-executed campaign. It's brilliant. I'd love to see more of that.
And you will. I've no doubt we're going to see Wrexham being used for everything other than football for the next 10 years.
Of course.
And they're going to be rich.
But it's been so great to chat to you regarding marketing, what works, what doesn't work as well. So thank you so much, Sarah, and to your team at Digital Fox for joining us. It's really been great to venture into some of these campaigns so beautifully. I hope you've enjoyed it as well.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Lovely.
That was great marketing.
Right?
The whole process was
Digital
fantastic
Fox.
marketing. You know what you're going to get when you plug into this creative machine. Thank you so much, Sarah. Let's continue on that creative tip. I can guarantee you, I can put my head on a block. This next recipe is not overrated.